Hi guys, Paul here. Okay, what I'd like to show you today is how to put refrigerant into the air conditioning system of your car. All right. The first thing that you're going to need to know is what type of refrigerant does your vehicle take. All right. Now, that's either going to be, let me take the camera off tripod here. That's either going to be somewhere down, along here on the vehicle, or it's going to be up on the hood. Okay, and mine is right here, and I don't know if you can see this, but this takes 134A. Okay, and it'll tell you here how much it takes. This takes like 1.5 pounds or 24 ounces, but that's the total amount. Okay, so basically there's a couple things you need to know. The first is when you fill your vehicle up with the refrigerant, you need to find the low port. Okay, like on this vehicle, here's the high port. Okay, and then here is the low port right here, and it'll usually say, like this one here, the high port, I don't know if you can see that, it's got an H on it, and this one it's got an L on it for low port. And just so you know, if it's not marked on the cap, you'll be able to figure it out real easy, because the filling hose will only fit on the low side. Okay, it's not going to fit, it will not fit on the high side. Another thing that vehicles have that's really nice is actually quite a few I've found have what's called a sight glass. That's right here. Okay, and just follow your air conditioning lines, and you may have it, you may not, but when the vehicle's running and the air conditioning system is turned on, you just stand here and you watch this glass eye, and if you see any bubbles in it, that usually means you need a can of refrigerant. Okay, if it stays nice and clear, that means you're good. The other thing that is good to know is where your compressor's at. Now, this vehicle here, the compressor is right down at the bottom here, and you can see the belt that turns the pulley. Okay, now that turns all the time when the engine's running, whether the air conditioner's on or not. That's turning, of course, all the time. But when the air conditioner is turned on, when you call for cold air on the inside of the vehicle, when the compressor kicks on, right here, there's a piece on the outside, and you'll see this, that's your clutch, and that will actually kick on and spin when it tells the system to turn on and circulate refrigerant. So that's something that you're going to want to also watch when you check your pressure at the end. So to do this, it's really simple. It's going to save you a lot of money. It's not rocket science. I've been doing this probably 25 years. You don't need any expensive gauges. This is typically what a can of refrigerant looks like. There's 12 ounces in it. This is the 134A. There's another type of refrigerant in the older vehicles. I believe it was I think it was a A12. But that's why you got to know what kind of refrigerant to add to your system. Okay, you want to make sure you put the right stuff in. And to actually to do this, this is my filler hose right here. Okay, and I want to show you this gauge. This is the pressure gauge, and when you buy a hose, you've got to buy one that has a pressure gauge on it. Okay, you have to know what the pressure is in the system, and these are cheap. You can get these on eBay I've seen these on eBay with free shipping from $10 to $20. Okay, and all you do to work this is the end that will go on the port itself. But all you do is, if you can see, there's a needle right on the inside there. Okay, well, that needle is going to actually puncture your can. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to spin this counterclockwise. That's going to make this needle retract back in, okay? So just turn that till it stops. Then what you're gonna do is, now this can that I'm using right now, it's already been used, but I'm gonna go through everything and show you, how you do it. But all you do is you just take and screw your can onto the end there, and just snug it down by hand till it stops. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn this in clockwise, and what that's going to do is that's going to puncture the can, okay? So it stops, so the can would now be punctured. So now what you're going to do next is you're going to hold the can upside down, and you're going to start opening this real slow, okay? And all of a sudden you'll start to hear it come out, and you want to purge the line here and get all the air out of it. Wait until you actually you'll see like foggy refrigerant coming out, okay? Once that happens, then turn it back off, screw it back in, okay? And then you're all set to go. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is, I'm setting my can down here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go inside the vehicle. So just go ahead, start your vehicle up. What you're going to do is we're going to put our air conditioning, okay, we're going to make sure your air conditioning is turned on. Put it on the maximum position, or the full cold, okay, and turn your blower up on high, okay? That's all you have to do on the inside of the vehicle. Okay, now what we're going to do next is we're going to just take our cap off to our low side discharge, or low side intake. You can see that. See, it says it's marked L on it. Make sure you don't lose that cap. And when you put that cap back on, make sure you get it back on nice and snug. I'm going to stick that in my pocket. So this is all set to go now, okay? So what you would do is, this has a compression fitting, okay? See how that moves in and out? You're gonna pull back on that and then push it on to the port and then release it. It'll lock on. So just pull back, okay, and pull on it. It's locked on. Then what we're gonna do is, you're gonna open this up. And as it opens up, you'll feel it, the can's gonna get cold, you'll start feeling it flowing in, and as it's going in, you wanna like agitate the can. You wanna hold it, okay? Okay, one thing I told you that's wrong. Don't hold it upside down. If you hold it upside down, they say if you hold it upside down, that by sending it directly as a liquid to the compressor can cause harm to the compressor. Keep it up. Once you open it up, keep it up, and as it's filling, you're going to agitate it, like so, from 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and just keep like shaking it, and you'll see as that's happening, you're going to see the pressure go up as it's filling, okay? And that's about all there is to it. Basically, the next thing is, what you want to do is, you want to take your gauge here, and it's got temperature on it in Fahrenheit, and like right now it's 80 degrees outside. So I would point this dial here on 80 degrees, all right? And right now, I want to just show you the compressors. You can see down there, that compressor clutch is engaged right now. Okay, it's running. You see it spinning? So that means refrigerant is flowing. And because of that, that means we're going to get our least amount of pressure, which right now we've got about you know 28 pounds. I found kind of the sweet numbers like around 25 to 28 pounds when the compressor is engaged, when the clutch is engaged in the compressor. I want to show you something here. Okay, what I just did was I just turned the air conditioner down, and I turned the fan blower down, and you can see the clutch. This is what I wanted to show you. See the clutch? It stopped. See the pressure on the can? Let me see if I can get it in here. The pressure on the can, okay. Right now the clutch is turning, so it's engaged, system's running. Okay, see how the pressure's building up there? That pressure should not build up any more than what it shows within those within those arrows. Okay, now the clutch is engaged. It's going down to like 25. Like I said, around 25, 28 seems to be around the sweet spot. But see how it's doing that? See how it's going up right now? Okay, clutch is off. Okay, clutch is engaged. So down it goes, okay? And yes, you can overfill these, and if you overfill them, what'll happen is your clutch will not engage at all. And you could actually blow out O-rings, and that would be really bad. So, one more thing I want to show you here is if you've got too much refrigerant in the system, okay, if your pressure's too high, then what you're going to do is, once you know you filled that, emptied that can, what you're going to do is you're going to hold your gauge here, and you will turn this gauge counterclockwise. So in other words, it'll allow refrigerant to flow back out on the end of this. So you'll open it a little bit, and the pressure will slowly bleed down, and I mean real slow. It'll bleed down. And then just bleed a little out, close it back. Just keep monitoring it and see what it's doing, okay? But that's all you've got to do. Turn it counterclockwise to bleed some more out. Turn it clockwise to close it and monitor and see what it's doing. And if for some reason you find that you see it's running and it's down here, we're down in about the 25 psi spot again. That's what I found kind of the sweet spot for getting the maximum amount of cold out, coming out into your car. And if for some reason, and then I just popped that back on. If for some reason you charge the system and you lose refrigerant, in other words, if you lose the cold coming out in a month or two, the best thing to do would be to buy a can of leak sealer. Usually comes in like a 3-ounce can. It's this type of can that you puncture. You're going to put it in the same way, but it's just a 3-ounce can. You'll circulate that in the system, just follow the directions, and that will seal any leaks that are in the system. Now after doing that, if you then go to charge it up and it leaks again, then more than likely you've got a problem with your compressor and it's going to need to be replaced, which isn't good, but you need to know what's going on, and that's probably going to be a pretty good indication after going through all that of what's going on. So that's all I can think of right now. If I think of anything else, I'll put it in the comments. But this is real easy to do, and I hope this helps somebody out there. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye for now.